Hello mga ka-tribes! Welcome to Daddy Bro TV. Ito ang inyong adventurous math teacher. So for today's video, we will discuss about random sampling. Now, there are four types of random sampling under probability sampling. We have number one, a simple random sampling. Second, systematic sampling. Third, stratified sampling. And fourth, cluster or area sampling. Okay, for this video, we will focus only on the first type of sampling under probability sampling, which is called the simple random sampling or the SRS. So what is a simple random sampling? So this is the most basic sampling technique. And this sampling technique gives every member of the population an equal chance of being chosen to be part of the sample. Okay? Now, there are two tools or methods used in simple random sampling. One is using a table of random numbers. Okay? Second is using lottery method. It is either without replacement or with replacement. Now, using a table of random numbers, I'll give you one example of a table of random numbers. This is an example of a table of random numbers. Okay? Okay, what's the use of this? Say for example, no, you want to choose your sample from a given population. Since, say for example, there are 100 population, no? Okay, you want to choose only 10 samples. So, assign a random numbers to each of the population and then choose your 10 sample. Okay? Now, I'll give you example. Now, say for example, sample 1. A researcher wants to study the effects of solar MNHS Senior High School. He wants to use the simple random sampling technique in choosing the numbers of his sample. If there are 1,000 grade 11 students in MNHS Senior High School, how many students should be in his sample? What are the steps he should make if he wishes to use the lottery method? Now, for this example class, the problem asks you to determine your sample. Okay? Now, there are 1,000 population, right? And the second problem is, ask you to, how would you choose or what are your steps to choose using lottery method? Okay? So again, I'll repeat. The question is, this problem asks you to determine your sample out of 1,000 population. And the second one, what are the steps you should make if you wishes to use the lottery method? Okay, step 1. For step 1, let's determine the number of students that should be in the sample using Slovin's formula. What is this Slovin's formula? Slovin's formula is equal to n, small n, where n is the number of samples needed, equal to capital N, where capital N is the population size, divided by 1 plus n times E squared. What is E, by the way? E is known as the margin of error. So for this problem, we will use 5% or 0.05 as our margin of error. Okay, substituting in our formula. Since our population or capital N is 1,000, let's divide 1,000 by 1 plus, substitute in the formula, 1,000 times 0.05 squared. And to simplify this, n is our 285.7 or 286. So 286 is our sample from 1,000 population. Okay? Any question? None. Okay, let's try to answer the second question. How would you use lottery method in choosing 286 from 1,000? Okay, the first step or second step to use is assign number to each member of the population. Step 3, write the numbers on pieces of paper with the same size and shape. Fold the pieces of paper. For step 4, put all the pieces of paper in a bowl or box. And step 5, without looking, randomly pick out 286 folded pieces from the bowl or box. And that is now the steps for you to use using lottery method. Okay? So if you have questions, just comment down below. Now, let's have second example. Okay, example 2. Michael Jordan wants to make a study on the use of messenger apps to the academic performance of grade 11 students on MNHS. He only wants to interview 10% of the 510 grade 11 students. If you were MJ, how are you going to select the respondents using the table of random numbers? So in our previous slides, I already presented you an example of a table of random numbers, guys, right? Now, so for this example 2, okay, from a population of 510, let's choose our sample. Okay, so it says here that we need only a 10% from the population of 510. So what's the step? Just simply get 10% of 500, and that is 510 times 0.10, equal now to 51. So therefore, out of 510, our respondents is 51, and that is our sample. Now, using the simple random numbers. Okay, now, since the number of students is a 3-digit number, right? 510, it is a 3-digit number. Therefore, assign a 3-digit number to each of the 510 using the random numbers. Okay? Randomly select a starting number from the table. If the table of random numbers contains 5-digit numbers, consider only the last 3 digits, since the total number of students, which is 510, is a 3-digit number. Move down through the column, selecting the appropriate number. Okay, example. Okay, now look at the table, a sample random table. The first random number whose last 3 digits is 735. 735 is not included in the sample since 735 is greater than 510 population. The second random number is again not included because the last 3 digits is 965. 965 is greater than 510. The third random number is not again included because the last 3 digits is 859. And 859 is greater than 510. The fourth random number again is not also included because the last 3 digits is 666 and 666 is greater than 510. The fifth random number whose last 3 digits is also 666, and again it is not included in our sample because it is greater than 510. The sixth random number whose last digit is 838. 838 is greater than 510, so again, cross it out, it is not included in our sample. The seventh random number whose last 3 digits is 793. Okay, 793 is greater than 510 also, so it is not. Eighth random number whose last 3 digits is 155. 155 is included as our sample. This is now our first sample because 155 is less than or equal to 510. So the student with number 155 will be our first member of the sample. On the ninth random number, the last 3 digits is 381. Yes, since 381 is less than or equal to 510, the student with the number 381 will be the second member of the sample. Okay, the 10th random number whose last 3 digits is 2. So 2 is less than or equal to 510. Therefore, the student with number 2 will be the second member of the sample. So continue doing this until 51 students are selected. If there are no numbers left in the first column, move to the second column. Okay? So if you have questions, class, or guys, or anakis, mga anakis, comment down below. So thanks for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.